Welcome back to the Science Hub SKB with Miss B. Heat transfer. Part 2. We'll be learning about conduction and convection. Conduction and convection. Conduction and convection are two of the ways in which heat can travel. Both methods require matter in order to take place. Conduction requires a solid to transfer heat, while convection requires fluids to transfer heat. Conduction. Conduction is the flow of heat through matter from places of higher to places of lower temperature without movement of the matter. Conduction takes place in solids like metals. Two processes occur in metals when they are heated. In metals, the electrons travel faster and cause electrons in cooler parts to vibrate. And two, atoms in hotter parts of the metal cause atoms in cooler parts of the metal to vibrate. This also happens in nonmetals since they do not have free electrons. Most metals are good conductors of heat. Wood, glass, cork, plastics, and fabrics are bad conductors of heat. They are referred to as insulators. Metal objects below body temperature feel colder to the touch than objects made of bad conductors because they carry heat away faster from the hand, even though all of the objects are at the same temperature. Uses of good conductors. Good conductors are used whenever heat is required to travel quickly through something. Cooking utensils are made from good conductors of heat, such as copper, brass, steel, and aluminum. These utensils get heated up quickly and food can be cooked in a shorter time. Uses for bad conductors are insulators. The handles of kettles and utensils are made of bad conductors of heat, such as wood, plastic, ebonite, etc. They help in holding them comfortably. Woolen clothes are bad conductors. They are not actually warm. They simply do not allow heat to conduct away or to escape, thus keeping our body warm. Building materials like brick, mud, grass, etc. are bad conductors of heat. They do not permit heat and cold to pass through. They keep houses warm in winter and cool in the summer. The hair and the fur of animals are bad conductors of heat. They protect them from the cold by not conducting heat away from their bodies. Vehicles carrying flammable materials such as petrol are covered with materials that are bad conductors of heat, otherwise the petrol can get heated up and catch a fire. Convection. Convection is the flow of heat through a fluid from areas of higher to areas of lower temperature by movement of the fluid itself. Convection is the usual method by which heat travels through fluids. Liquids and gases are two types of fluids. Liquids and gases conduct heat, but only very slowly. Water is a poor conductor of heat. Convection currents are streams of warm moving fluids. In convection currents, a fluid floats within a fluid, not a solid in a fluid. Remember, hot air always rises. Cold fluids are more dense than hot fluids. Hence, hot fluids rise and cold fluids sink. Black marks often appear on the wall or ceiling above a lamp or radiator. Convection currents set up by electric, gas, and oil heaters help to warm homes in cold climates. Many so-called radiators are really convector heaters. Natural convection currents. The movement of land masses due to the convection currents in the molten rock or lava under the Earth's crust is an example of a natural convection current. Breeze is also a natural convection current. This is because water takes longer to heat up than soil. Hence, during the day, the soil heats up and cools faster than the ocean, causing a convection current as hot air rises above it and displaces the cool air above it and over the ocean. This is referred to as sea breeze. While during the night, the water is now cooling down and giving off heat, causing a convection current as hot air rises and displaces the cool air above the ocean and the land. This is referred to as land breeze. Hurricanes are based on convection currents. When a cold air mass is above a group of tropical thunderstorms, the atmosphere becomes unstable, which is called a tropical wave. This instability increases convection, which causes strong updrafts that lift air and moisture upwards, creating an environment that supports the development of high clouds. Comprehension. What is conduction? And B. What is convection? Categorize the following items in the list as either a conductor or an insulator. Conduction is heat transfer that occurs in solid conductors, while convection is heat transfer that occurs in fluids. From the list, gold, iron, and copper are all conductors, while fur, paper, and rubber are all insulators. A copper spoon was placed into boiling water. Explain why it eventually burned the hand of the person who was holding it. List and explain two natural phenomena of convection currents. Copper is a good conductor of heat. Heat travels along the spoon via conduction. The atoms in the spoon gained kinetic energy from the heat energy it is being exposed to, and this caused them to vibrate. The vibrating atoms then cause neighboring atoms to vibrate by transferring the heat from the part of the spoon that is in the hot water to the part of the spoon that is not. Eventually, this caused the hand of the person holding the spoon to experience a burn after a while. Some natural convection currents are the movement of land masses, breeze, and hurricanes. A. Movement of land masses. The Earth's crust is like a cracked egg that is always moving. Each cracked area is referred to as a tectonic plate. These plates are constantly moving, but very slowly due to the movement of convection currents within the molten rock or lava below the Earth's crust. B. Breeze. Land heats up and cools down faster than water because it has a lower specific heat capacity than water. Hence, the warm air rises and displaces the cold air above it and over the ocean, creating sea breeze during the day. While at night, the water starts to cool down as the hot air rises, displacing the cool air above it and over the land, creating land breeze during the night. Hurricanes. Hurricanes are based on convection currents. When a cold air mass is above a group of tropical storms, the atmosphere becomes unstable, which is called a tropical wave. This instability increases convection, which causes strong updrafts that lift air and moisture upwards, creating an environment that supports the development of high clouds. Explain why newspaper wrapping keeps things hot. Explain why fur coats keep their owners warmer if they are worn inside out. Explain why a string vest keeps a person warm even though it is a collection of holes bound by string. And D. Explain why a glass milk bottle is likely to crack if boiling water is poured into it. Newspaper is an insulator, so it is unable to conduct heat away from what it is covering. Hence, trapping the heat the hot thing is losing. Fur is also an insulator. It's unable to conduct heat away from the person wearing it. Hence, trapping heat within the garment. String, if made of insulating material, will not be able to conduct heat away from the person wearing it, hence trapping heat within the areas of the garment that do not have any holes. Glass is a poor conductor of heat, So when the glass bottle is filled with boiling water, the area of the glass that is being affected will expand faster than the top of the glass could accommodate. Owing to this, the glass milk bottle would crack due to it experiencing too much stress at the bottom of it. When a vessel of water is heated at the top, why doesn't the water at the bottom warm up? Convection currents stop us from being suffocated when we are asleep in bed. Why? Water is a poor conductor of heat because it has a very high specific heat capacity. This is why the water at the bottom of the vessel does not warm up immediately while the water at the top of the vessel is being heated. Convection currents keep the air moving in a circular motion, allowing hot air to rise and cool air to fall. Hot air can make it difficult to breathe. It also holds more water vapor than cool air, which can lead to higher humidity and a reduced oxygen. Why is the freezer compartment at the top of a refrigerator? And convection takes place in A, only solids, B, only liquids, C, only gases, D, in solids and liquids, E, in liquids and gases. The freezer compartment is at the top of a refrigerator because it is done to allow the cold air from the freezer to fall into the area of the refrigerator, while the hot air in the refrigerator could rise into the freezer section to be cooled. And convection takes place in liquids and gases. Thanks for watching part 2 of heat.